Right now at 6, a policy change is in the works for an apartment that serves Madison's homeless community.
911 service is out in 4 counties in southern Wisconsin. How this is impacting emergency services in the region.
And the search continues this evening for the person responsible for a shooting at a Madison radio station.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. A change in policy is on the way for an apartment complex serving the homeless after residents there raised concerns.
Rethke Terrace is a 60-unit building designed for those who have struggled with homelessness. It has issued a temporary ban on all guests after a number of police visits last month. Our Madeline O'Neill has been looking into this story all day, and she's here with us now with the latest. Maddie?
Well, Heartland Alliance, who runs Rethke Terrace, tells us in a statement sent in just the last hour that they intend to change a policy that banned all visitors from the building for 30 days, a policy that concerned residents and raised some legal questions.
When I first saw the building, I was like surprised, I was excited.
After years of dealing with homelessness.
Well, I suffer from PTSD.
Vietnam veteran Lindsay Martree calls Rethke Terrace home.
Just pay my rent and do what I have to do.
But he says his home of 2 years is starting to make him feel unwelcome.
I was heartbroken.
The landlord, Heartland Housing, had banned guests for 30 days, meaning Martree couldn't have anyone over, something he calls his therapy.
They did nothing. I did nothing. You know, there's a couple of troublemakers in the building. Why do the whole building have to suffer?
The ban came about after police say they responded to 46 calls here in July. 2 were stabbings.
This is a level that we are definitely concerned about.
But the ban is also raising legal questions. The executive director of Madison's Tenant Resource Center says a city ordinance means a landlord may not completely prohibit tenants from having guests.
If the police need to be called for something that's been done that's illegal, then that's fine. But everybody in the apartment complex shouldn't be penalized because of the activity of a few people.
While Madison police are working with the landlord, they say it is not their role to enforce a private policy issued by the management company.
We did not have input on it. We did not draft it. We did not ask for that ban.
They also say they wouldn't go to private apartments to check up on whether residents are following the rules.
I know that there was some talk out there that this was happening. To my knowledge, this has not happened. The request may have been made, but we did not, appropriately so, we did not accept that.
Police or not, Martree wants to live somewhere he feels at home.
You know, I'm very willing to be homeless again today. I'm willing to move out of here today.
Well, tonight, Heartland Alliance, as we said, is changing course. In a statement, a spokesperson says, quote, "We are adjusting our approach to the safety and security of our residents immediately, as we have recently been made aware of local ordinances that do not permit these practices." And the company says it will not limit visitors, but will regulate guests. They'll have to check in at the front desk, and that is, you know, in the lease agreement already.
All right, thank you, Maddie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow after a body was pulled from the Rock River in Janesville. Janesville police say someone was walking along the river and reported that body. Officers say they pulled out the body of a 65-year-old man. They know the man's identity, but it will be released later by the medical examiner's office. As of this afternoon, there weren't any reports of missing or endangered people in the area.
People in Adams, Columbia, Juneau, and Marquette counties are without a direct 911 line today. The outage started a little after noon this afternoon, and our Amy Reed has been looking into this. She's live with us in Columbia County now with the latest. Amy?
It's been a pretty stressful day for the dispatchers here in Columbia County and the 3 other counties impacted by this, but we do have a new restoral time. We heard just a little bit ago from the company Frontier. They hope to have this back up by 6:30 or 7 tonight, so things should be back to normal then. Until those come back up, people in these 4 counties, Adams, Columbia, Juneau, and Marquette counties, should call the non-emergency lines. Now, once you punch through the options, the call will function the same. Dispatch will take your call and get you to the emergency services that you need. The outage started just after 12. Frontier, the company that manages this 911 line, said a subcontractor that was doing work for another company hit the fiber optic line. That caused the 911 outage and a pretty widespread internet outage for Columbia and the surrounding counties. But they said they got crews on it right away.
We thank our customers and the communities we serve for their patience as our team works to restore service as quickly and as safely as possible.
Once again, the company said service for 911 and internet should be back up within about a half hour to an hour. They said the 911 line is a higher priority. Now, until then, if you have an emergency, here are the numbers that you should call. These are the non-emergency lines for Adams, Columbia, Juneau, and Marquette counties. If you try and call 911 before the line is fixed, expect to hear a busy signal, but hopefully this will all be resolved within about an hour.
Yeah, let's hope so. Amy, thank you.
Turning to weather now, we could see some rain tonight. Here's meteorologist Dave Caulfield with your first alert forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Charlotte. I do think that any rain threat will be just a couple of sprinkles north of Madison tonight. Now, tomorrow, that's a different story with a cold front coming through and more scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Visible cloud track showing the decrease in clouds over the past couple of hours, but we still do have a few showers and storms, notably in Juneau and Adams counties, and that storm continuing to slowly move to the south and east. North of Madison, a few sprinkles, maybe a shower or two, but that's about it over the next couple of hours. Lots of sunshine actually showing up in downtown Madison. On the Edgewater Skycam, 76 degrees right now, mostly cloudy skies, northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. That dew point still pretty high in the upper 60s, so that humidity not really going anywhere. Temperatures are generally in the upper 70s and low 80s across southern Wisconsin. That is quite a bit cooler for especially the spots south and east of Madison. Dew points still high, as I mentioned, so that humidity is still with us in the upper 60s and low 70s for dew points. This evening, temperatures falling through the 70s into the 60s, mostly cloudy and humid, a little bit on the mild side as well. We'll talk about the threat of some fog tonight and some more showers tomorrow in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Dave, thank you. Police are saying a shooting at a Madison radio station is not an attack on the media. The board president for Wart Radio and police believe the shooting was targeted, but aren't sure why. Jamie Perez joins us live at the radio station with the latest. Jamie?
So we're in that room right now where that shooting happened, and 3 DJs were in here at the time. Now, if you look just over my shoulder, that square right there is where the window was that took a lot of the damage from the bullet. But the window has since been removed. They got on that really quickly to try to replace it. Now, they still don't know who the shooter is, but there were several employees who were recently let go. So police are looking into that information as well. Now, during this scary situation over the weekend, the board president told me after that he's looking to heighten security here, adding new security cameras to record in the front and the back of the building, as well as giving the staff individual key cards to get into the building. When this all went down, the board president says it's a miracle no one was severely injured or killed.
And I was stunned. I was shocked. It was like, I've heard about this happening in other places, even in this community there's been shootings, but to have it happen in your organization to people you know is really deeply troubling.
David also said that when this happened, they were in the middle of doing a show change. They have one show from midnight to 3 and another from 3 to 6. So whoever the shooter was knew that this change and transition was happening and seized the perfect opportunity to slip in the door at that time. We'll be sure to bring you more information as the investigation continues.
Jamie, thank you.
Madison police are looking for 2 juveniles who were found armed inside Warner Park. Police say it happened in the 2900 block of Warner Avenue around 7:15 last night. Madison police say a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old were at the duck pond. A worker told the boys they needed to go outside, and then the older boy pulled out a handgun from his pants, and both of them ran off. Police say he did not point the gun at the worker.
Wisconsin's newest Supreme Court justice was sworn in today. Rebecca Dallett won an election in April to serve a 10-year term on the bench, which began last week. 4 of the other 6 justices attended her oath of office ceremony today.
It is a heady responsibility, and I have deep respect for the 6 other justices who are already here. I recognize I bring a different perspective and set of life experiences, a different set of experiences with the law than my predecessor. And I must note that we now have a court that is going to be 6 women, 1 man.
Dallett replaces Justice Michael Gableman, who decided against seeking a second term. 2 polling places on Madison's west side are moving locations. Voters in Ward 84 cannot return to Hill Farms because the new state building does not meet accessibility requirements for voting. Residents will now be voting at Mount Olive Lutheran Church on Whitney Way, starting with the August 14th primary. Voters in Ward 85 used to vote at Stevens Elementary School, but they will now vote at Wellspring United Methodist Church on South Hill Drive, also starting with the August primary. Next at 6, meet a group of volunteers making a big difference in Central America.
And there's an effort to keep kids without health insurance safe and healthy as they play sports this year.
I kept my
All uninsured high school athletes can receive a free sports physical tomorrow in Madison. The Access Community Health Center on the south side is hosting a special physical clinic. Free immunizations will be provided for those with Badger Care. Student athletes should try to arrive during their assigned times.
I think it's well known in the community that kids that are involved in school athletics, and perhaps drama, music, forensics, that sort of thing, a school activity, typically does much better academically. They do much better socially.
Student athletes, as we said, are asked to arrive during their assigned times at the Access Community Health Center. So if your last name begins with A through I, it's 6 p.m., J through R, 7 p.m., and S through Z, no later than 8 p.m. If your child is unable to make it, you're asked to contact the athletic trainer at your high school. And if you do have health insurance, this clinic is not for you. You're asked to go to see your own doctor.
It's a story about people helping people. Some Madison area church volunteers used their vacation time to help others in need. The group traveled to Honduras this June to build a well for a community there that lacks clean water. The village of El Triangulo had been getting their water for generations from a mountain runoff. Well, the problem, that water wasn't clean or safe to drink. That did not sit well with Madison area volunteers who made the 2,000-mile trip to dig a well, something the people of Honduras haven't had the tools or time to do themselves.
If it was only our staff in Honduras, maybe we wouldn't see that many people getting close to the rig. But when they see Americans, they know something good is coming for the community.
Tonight, we'll hear from local members of the church group, as well as from people like Nugget and his community members in Honduras, about how something as simple as a well can transform the community for generations. That story tonight at 10, only on News 3. And good news for parents looking to keep kids busy the rest of the summer. There is a way for you to save at the Dells this week.
And now may be the time if you're looking to expand your family. There is a cat special going on at the Dane County Humane Society. We'll have more on that next at 6.
Rain chances are trending downward for the rest of the week, but I'll let you know the few times you'll need to grab the umbrella in your forecast next.
You can add a cat to your family for $5 at Dane County Humane Society.
Pretty good deal. The shelter is offering reduced adoption fees for adult and senior cats. Adult cats are considered to be 6 months to 7 years old. Kittens will also have a discounted adoption fee of $75. All cats are spayed and neutered and will have age-appropriate vaccinations.
Kids under 48 inches will receive free admission to Noah's Ark this week. The promotion is part of National Family Fun Month. The park is also offering special kid-friendly activities throughout the week.
It'll be a good day for that. It's a little humid and sticky outside.
Yeah,
Dave.
it feels like a lot of us are underwater with all this humidity in the air. Temperature's not too bad, but we will be getting hotter over the next couple of days. So, yeah, the water park sounds like a really good idea. I wish we could get rid of some of this humidity, but we did get rid of the clouds. So one thing at a time, folks. That's really all I'm built for. Visible cloud track showing the sunshine coming out during the later portions of today. And that's good news. We do have some showers, though, just to our north and west. Not really a lot in the way of showery activity. Just one persistent batch of showers closer to Camp Douglas and Juneau and Adams County. So some of us could see maybe a shower or two or sprinkles north of Madison over the next couple of hours. The rest of us will have to wait until tomorrow to see additional rain and storm chances, and we really don't need any more, especially for some of us closer to southwestern Wisconsin and northeastern Iowa. Look at this, about 2 to 4 inches of rain radar estimating over the past 24 hours alone, and some spots 5 to 6 inches of rain showing up here. Just incredible rain amounts from a front that just stalled, and all that rain kind of rode that front over the last day or so. And already in Madison, we're up over an inch of rain for the start of August. Every day except for the 3rd had at least a trace of rain, and that included today. We could see that on our time lapse in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam, those intermittent showers and downpours. But right now, at least, the sunshine is out on the WISC-TV Skycam. Currently at 76 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. That dew point's still pretty high. Temperatures will stay in the 70s tomorrow, but as I mentioned, I think the hotter temperatures do get here, especially into next week. We could be pushing close to 90 degrees with heat index values in the mid to upper 90s. Summer not even close to done yet, folks. Tonight, 62 degrees, mostly cloudy, areas of fog because that humidity that is here isn't really going anywhere. So we won't get the rain, but fog will be forming. Tomorrow, cloudy with showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Some of those could have some heavy downpours in them as well. So pretty quiet overnight tonight, but you can see on future track those clouds, those areas of fog building in. They should be gone by the time we get into the afternoon, but when they leave, we get the thunderstorms and showers to come back. And again, some of those could be pretty soaking rains for some of us, and we really don't need that. But at least the precipitation potential for our American model isn't painting too much. But there are going to be some locally heavier amounts than what the model is suggesting. So just keep that in mind. Have the umbrella with you for tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast showing those shower chances still with us. And then on Thursday, we do have a chance of showers as well. Other than that, though, lots of sunshine coming our way. The weekend is still looking very nice, if not a little bit on the warm side, with temperatures in the mid-80s. Then we're pushing close to 90 with the humidity back with us by the start of next work week.
It's only been 5 days, but the Wisconsin football team's already asking who's next. And the Packers breathe a sigh of relief after this weekend's injury scare. Stick around.
News.
The only thing worse than an injury to Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, an injury to someone who protects Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. That almost happened Saturday at Packers family nights. David Bakhtiari had to be carted off the field after spraining his left ankle. Not considered serious, but don't expect him to play much more, if at all, the next couple of weeks. Head coach Mike McCarthy talked to everyone off the ledge this morning at Lambeau Field, and he feels good about his offensive line depth.
This is why you go through it. So just working the different combinations, it's really going to be important to see how it sorts out as far as we're fortunate to have a number of players that can play multiple positions. So, you know, how many you keep, and really these games, these first 2 games will give you a better idea.
The first 2 preseason games mean the first 2 games with a brand new coaching staff. So don't tell McCarthy they're meaningless. Thursday's game against Tennessee is the first real dress rehearsal for coordinators, assistants, and signal callers.
Family night, they're being on opposite sidelines, the substitutions, that's pretty close. But, as far as who's in the box and all those things, I mean, that job responsibility, and that's set. So, we'll get an opportunity to work Thursday night for the first time in the full capacity. But, yes, we've drilled it as best we can, get as close as we can to the game environment.
The Badgers haven't even been practicing for a full week, but the competition's definitely real, especially on defense. Starting jobs pretty set with veteran linebackers T.J. Edwards, Ryan Connolly, and Chris Orr returning for their senior seasons. But what about those 2, 3, or even 4 open spots? That's the question defensive coordinator Jim Leonard's been asking, and a host of younger guys are already proving themselves in the first 5 days.
A number of guys are putting themselves in position. That's what this week has been all about. Can you put yourself in a position to fight for that role, especially when you got experience in front of you? You got TJ, you got Ryan, where Chris Orr, a lot of experience. Who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next 2 or 3 guys? That's kind of every position right now.
The Ohio State University says 14 days or less. That's how long it's going to take to come up with a resolution in the Urban Meyer investigation. The school placed him on paid leave Thursday after accusations that he didn't properly handle domestic violence claims made by the ex-wife of a former assistant coach. Meyer said he looks forward to rejoining the team. Former Brewer Carlos Gomez, known for his loose personality and flair for the dramatic. Don't know where I judge this. He gets hit, then he crumbles. He's fine. Not having a very good season, so maybe a career in international soccer where the flopping is better is in order. It was going 95 miles an hour, the pitch, but still. Carlos is a good guy. The Brewers off tonight. They host the Padres starting tomorrow. A mere mortal like me would not smile at all after getting hit by a fastball.
But the pause.
The acting.
That split second, like, yes, I'm going to go do this.
And the Academy, the award goes to it's Carlos.
Thank you. Final check with Dave.
Yeah, I don't fall that hard when I'm talking about the weather, but one can dream. Doppler track showing some showers and storms to the north and west, maybe a sprinkle north of Madison tonight, but tomorrow those showers and thunderstorm chances come our way after some fog early in the morning. Temperatures should hang out in the upper 70s once again.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. Hope to see you back here for News 3 at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.